So I'm at my parents' house, and what do we have here? One of the side gates is down? Yeah, that could be a little problematic. Now, I should clarify first and foremost that I can in fact lift both the gates, although I'd have to use both my arms, and one of them is obviously preoccupied with carrying my cell phone. The problem, yeah, I have no way to keep I still have no way to keep the gate stabilized. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I think this summarizes the entire problem. I would hope so anyway. Moving on. I will admit that this portion is dramatized, but hold on, closer look. Yeah, this is the inside of the room where my mom was in when she got that damn stroke in June 2018. Sorry, June 2017. Yeah, totally clean. So yeah, and this isn't the worst of it. Believe me, the kitchen is even worse. Believe you me. Excuse me. So yeah. Oh, and yeah, that room. All I can say is, thanks, RoahmMythril, for not caring. God. Yeah, moving on. And there's some obvious litter. Well, after the yard power cleaning that happened here. And, yeah. You know what? I see fallen trees. And I think I set up the dock. Of course I did. And I see oh my god. Right. So yeah, about this table. Yeah. This is the sort of table you'd expect at a beach park, and it reminds me of how much my dad would go hiking, and he's the one who would go hiking. My mom would be the driver to handle stuff with that. Just oh, and by the way, these bags and such. This is my stuff that I brought along for security risk with the landlord. Yeah, in fact, let me make a point real quick. Hold on. Where is it? I'll be out of here soon enough, dogs. I'm trying to record something, please. Where is it? Oh, here we go. God, 4 minutes. So this is the comb that the landlord's granddaughter broke in two. Well, she didn't break it in half, but she did break off the teeth. She did break off some of the teeth, and then when she barged into my place, what? Yeah, you see why I have security concerns about my landlord in general, because he enabled that. Just, yeah. Oh, and one other thing to show. Okay, this rock. You might have. I talked about the yard power cleaning. And, yeah, this rock is what I rescued from the yard power cleaning. Otherwise, I expect it would have been disposed of. And I mean, it's damaged, but still. Take what you can get. I have no doubt my mom valued this. So the yard power cleaning would have been obnoxious to deal with. I mean, the yard power cleaning already neglected to fix the metal gate. That's what caused it. Oh, and one other thing to showcase. Give me a sec. Again. Yeah, dogs. Gotta make that point. Here we go. Yeah, this is my blue jacket, and here's the unique decoration with it. I wonder where these three little critters came from. Alright, I think I remember Comic-Con 2013 when I got platinum medals in the demo for some game called Pikmin 3, I believe. Yeah, I think I said everything I need to. So there you go. Proof positive that my parents' house is a god-awful mess. And my god, that Steel Psyche summarizes the whole problem that I've been contending with. That I'd be really willing and able to do tests, but I absolutely need a stable foundation from resources, and especially a competent support system to work with, because power cleaning would unfortunately end up desecrating my dad's ashes. And given how the yard power cleaning already caused the Steel Sidegate status in the first place, and I was lucky to be on site with that to reduce the damage. Just, seriously, something would need to be done to fix this. Now, I could cite again all the complicating details with the house and the surrounding politics for the umpteenth time, but it would take a while to do that. I already needed 2 videos back in early April 2020 when I first actively came out about it to say plenty, and I can say everything I wanted to. And this was before the developments that occurred over the past year and a half, which naturally are in no small quantity. Or perhaps you people didn't know that's how I alluded to RoahmMythril betraying my attempt to appeal to human decency from his fanbase. Said allusion being from when I took that pot shot at him for not having the empathy you'd expect from a guy who lost his own mom in June 2019. Oh, and that's a big thing. I never came out actively about my parents' house before April 2020, because if I did, the trolls would have followed through on their blackmail against me by scorching it with my dad's ashes inside. Why, you think they wouldn't pull that sort of blackmail? Well, think about it. They already doxed people just to accommodate their cheap thrills from their tyranny and would have the address of my parents' house on them. The big Mignonia mess proves as much. And guess what? I have seen how they should know my stake in the big Mignonia mess stems from combating issues like Light Lucario's tyrannical actions toward my post on episode 103 of Dragon Ball Super, with all the points I would inevitably have against not only Mr. Lucifer Analog, the guy who shows rage about meatheads and warmongers, no matter how degenerate his own way of venting was, believe me, it was, but also his associates, who particularly includes a blatant break-the-cutie case whose reward for the involved mess was survivor's guilt. The trolls willfully ignore the fundamental points with the post in order to create their own hate-fueling narratives. The only reason the troll scum have not been able to capitalize upon RoahmMythril turning me into their puppet with a cheap slander campaign to follow through on their threats of destroying my parents' house if I didn't submit to their tyranny, where they can have people claim that the only proper response to anything bad happening to me is good, is simply the quarantine's resultant travel restrictions immobilizing them via an easier time for authorities to suspect and isolate them before they could get close enough to set the house and the surrounding neighborhood with it thanks to California's apathetic garbage aflame. My God, I am lucky that the quarantine gives me a way to fight back against those sociopaths and their blackmailing methods. But even then, the quarantine won't last forever, and it has its own caveats anyway. I am aware that talking about the steel side gate is also risky, even with the quarantine's protecting aspects, because this being public information could invite more local bad guys to attack the place. But guess what? I'm showcasing the video to local news stations already. All I would have to do is feed trusted authority an address, which you see is not going to be a problem when I can clearly go on site to record the video in the first place, and the neighbors obviously trust me, or else the police would have been called on me, which would no doubt have kept me from managing the recording at all. Really, the moment I liaise with confident support that is also empathic, it's game set. The house needs to be protected against until the management can get going and end this nightmare for good. So honestly, this is ultimately a worthwhile risk. Of course, this does still bring up that I'm still in California, but surely people from Virginia are being overly sensitive to think lowly of California, and Christoph Gavin Newsom, the guy who handled a maskless dinner party during the last year of the regime of that disgrace to my dad's name, is doing his job properly, right? Well, you know where are all the state's money that could be going to the likes of carrying nut house flippers, or the same sort of highway repairs that Virginia casually handled since turning blue, or getting wildfires under control, period, goes to? Rent prices that are indicated by casual acceptance of the totally not galling price point of $1,600 a month for an in-law unit at a recent murder site in a dangerous neighborhood. There's no excuse for that, let alone with already junked salaries for people. The only attempt at an excuse is the sort of lack of diligence that you can see from voters bragging about not answering the second question on the recall ballot, even when I make it clear that they should answer it regardless of what they think of Newsom. But what do I know? I'm a loser because people say so. Most notably the women, who are all too happy to flock to the likes of one Magnus Hestween, alias Mangs, and would happily indulge his creeper fantasies for cheap entertainment or power grab attempts. Then act all surprised when Hestween, who already threw about nasty behaviors on a regular basis, literally raped Goosephone at Anime North, had overworked women when they were clearly vomiting, threw about plenty of racist and homophobic insults. The list goes on, and that includes a power fantasy where he named an act rape. I wish I was joking there. When Hestween attempted to blame his atrocities on alcohol, and then he tried to sweep them under the rug. Hestween is naturally a scumbag, no point disagreeing on that. But the devil has no teeth, and Hestween, having nearly 100,000 subscribers to this day, well after he's called out for all this, can be placed on his enablers, especially the women for being so superficial at best. Never mind that love the sinner, hate the sins, it's phrased like that for a reason, and Hestween indulges in the sins like nobody's business. I'm sorry, women, but if I'm wrong, then I pose you these questions. Where's your bravery? Where's your creativity? Where's your patience? And where's your warmth? Because I know those notions are what would fix the likes of my parents' house, which I know is the case when the maggot-filled toilet stopped being maggot-filled by April 2015. So where are they? Whatever. At least calling out these problems can bring them to the attention of people who hopefully will help out. Because California's idea of democracy does need to get its act together to prove its worth. Instead of being a believe me dishonest version of the already self-explanatory mess calling itself Texas that would only invite even more of the wildfires regardless of who is the governor. I hold hope that the right people will listen, so I have a fitting song to sing out, although it would be more fitting if I had a wonderful lady to sing it to, but enough of it is still how I feel. So, here we go. They told me that everything has a purpose in time. You wait for your purpose to come. That's all the world's designed. I'm tired of waiting for my chance to rise. Alright, I'm my destiny, singing that I'm still alive. The lightning that flows through my veins, those means of me brave. Even when there's smiles in my face, this world I will save. As long as you're by my side, I know that we'll chase fate. We'll pave our own roads, and nothing will stand on our way. I'll write my name in history. I'll make the whole world see. Anyone can make their own destiny. Anyone can be all they can be.